Well, in this first scene, Indiana Jones is captured by some Russians who are trying to figure out where a box with alien remains is. And the thing is that this box is highly magnetized, so Indy uses gunpowder to find the box. He tosses the gunpowder in the air, like this. And it's so magnetized, it's so attracted by the box that it just leads the way. It's a cloud of metal dusts. And that is a mistake because it has to be really highly magnetized for it to even attract it a little bit, and not having into account the distance it actually floated. And well, right now he's using the pellets from a gunshot to find out exactly which one is the box. The problem with it is that all the things started to be attracted after they found the box. Once they get it out, the lights, the metals, the firearms, everything that they have that has metal, obviously, will be attracted to it. And for example, in the moment when they lift it up, you'll see that the lights bend towards the box. And that would be a mistake because since it's so highly magnetized, why would the lights bend now? They should have already been bent. Next scene, Indiana uses his whip to try to escape from the Soviets. And the problem with the whip is that every time he uses it in the movie, it makes a sound. And not necessarily it has to make the cracking sound every time he uses it, because the sound is produced when the whip moves quicker than the speed of sound, and that's what creates a sonic boom. The other scene I picked, the second in command catches up to Indy, and they start fighting. The thing is that they start fighting on a sled, and the timer is deactivated, so they eventually go into the desert night. And it is really hard for a person to survive a sled without any type of injuries at all. There was this engineer that studied and experimented with sleds, and he said that one could go up to 632 miles per hour in 5 seconds, and it could stop in 1.4 seconds. The stopping of the sled is actually worse than accelerating. And right now you could see when the sled stops that they don't go flying forward or they don't go forward, and they just stay still, and they don't have any restrainment to make them stay still. They survive the sled without any type of injury, just a little bit loopy when he stands up, but and the Russian loses is unconscious, but they're okay. Have an injury because the landing, the impact of him and his body bumping against the metal walls, he has to get hurt somehow. He just simply gets out of the refrigerator and walks away. she will sink quicker because all her body weight concentrates in only one spot. So that makes it easier for her to sink. If she would have laid back, like floating, it would have been easier for her to not sink that quickly, and for the boy to come and get her out easier. In this last scene I picked out, the passengers are in a vehicle, in a military vehicle, which in the calls the Duck, and they appeared on a river. Well, they got to a river, and they were falling down waterfalls. The problem with this is that, like I said, it's a military vehicle, so it would have sinked. A waterfall tends to entrain air into the water below them, which means that the vehicle would have been fully submerged and then flooded. So there was no way that it could have popped back to the surface. And not only that the vehicle would have already sank by the third waterfall, by the first waterfall, but it would have propelled the passengers, so there's no way that they would all still be on the Duck.